Welcome
Welcome
to the 1 of 32 podcast. I'm
Welcome.
your host, Dons, sitting here with KP. KP,
Hello.
say hello to our wonderful, lovely fans. Hola.
Birds Nation. We've got new Eagles to root for.
How exciting. I excite.
buddy.
Great excite. Can I tell you something, though, before we get started?
Please do. Please tell me.
So, for the first time in my life,
No way.
first time in my life ever, I have experienced the shame of being fat.
No.
First
Get
time in
outta
my
here.
life. Let me tell you what I did.
Oh, no.
I went to go get lunch and I ordered a buffalo chicken wrap. And then the guy turned to me. He's like, "Hey, you want chips or drinks or anything like that?" And I turned to the fridge and I looked and I said, "Yeah. Let me get a Diet Coke." And for some reason, I just felt like the fat guy in the room holding Diet Coke, just absolutely devastated
shame.
about my fatness. It was the first time I ever felt that shame, and I think it was so funny, so I wanted to share that with you today, that I got fat shamed by myself.
Yeah, I was gonna
Talking
say.
about ordering a Diet Coke. Well,
Get
I'm
what you
new to
like.
Diet Coke because I've always been the person to say, like, how many skinny people do you see drinking Diet Coke, you know?
Yeah.
So I've always been
don't
a
judge.
pure Coke man, but I'm trying to cut back on the sugars, baby.
You know me, Dons. I don't judge anyone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Judgment free over here. It was a joke.
My
I just
boys
meant
Planet Fitness.
with you.
My boys Planet Fitness. Sponsor us.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, I just want to let you know it's the first time I experienced
sorry.
fat shame in my life. And I've done some fat stuff.
Oh,
I've
I got
had
it.
some fat people orders, and Diet Coke is what did it.
I got it. Here's how I'm going to spin it. You ready? Mm-hmm. Well, last year, we ran a race together, a 5K. This
Yep.
year, we're going to run at least 2 times the races this year, which will help you with that problem. See?
Sometimes
Turn
you
into a
just
positive.
say stupid stuff.
You just turn it into a positive, see? We're going to
Yes.
run and fix that so you don't have to shame yourself.
HPV positive, baby.
5K positive.
5K positive. Chris,
Tell me.
you mentioned the NFL draft.
Yep.
A whole lot of new Philadelphia Eagles coming onto the team. Welcome, a wonderful draftsman. We are now can't you just smell just the season coming around, just
Turn
right
May.
around the corner. What are you most excited for this summer? For the birds coming back.
I'm excited to wake up on a Wednesday morning, a Thursday morning, and all of a sudden on Twitter we have an update from Eagles camp. Makai Lemon catches a 40-yard touchdown pass
Senor Limon.
from Tanner McKee.
Come
yes,
on.
Yes, it's only in practice, but it matters. Or we're hearing things like this, Dons. Jonathan Grenard. See, I did it twice. Jonathan Grenard, unblockable in training camp. He's all over the
Wow.
field. He's playing everywhere. He's impressing coaches. Give me all the phony baloney reports. Give me all the smoke screens. I want all the reports about the players in training camp. I can't wait, Dons, for those first week or two of reports to come out, not just from the Eagles, but for all 32 teams. What about you?
It's like the All-Star game for Elliott Shore Parks. He's just giving us training camp stats.
Yep.
Training camp stats. If I
got
could
it.
speak English, that'd be great. I can't wait to just open up and hear news of like, oh, Jalen Hurts slow to start, but then ended up picking up in practice at the end, went 6 for 6 in the red zone drills and was unstoppable after a slow start. Makai Lemon and Smitty combination looks something to be feared for years. That's what I'm hoping that I see.
The last
from
2
training camp
years.
reports.
What's been the story in training camp? Jalen Hurts has no incompletions. The ball hasn't hit the ground yet, or he has no interceptions, right?
I have to cut
The
you
last 2
off.
years?
Not my boy Elliott. My boy Elliott said the offense looks kind of sluggish this year, and my boy was right. You got to get your sources. But I will tell you, the last couple years before that, 100% saying ball never hit the ground. And we did win a championship. I'm just saying.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Go ahead, Dons.
Okay. So, 2026 draft is up. Players have been selected. Undrafted rookies have been signed. A very exciting time for a lot of people's careers and the beginning of their real adult life. Chris, let's start by talking about our draft pick selections, and then we'll give them all in a row. And then we'll kind of go over the picks. Yeah?
Deal.
All right, cool. So, our first round pick, everybody to no surprise, is our boy, Senor Limon, Mikhail Lemon, wide receiver out of UFC.
He's no lemon.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a lemon.
Mm-hmm. When life gives you lemons, baby. When life gives you lemons. And it almost seems fit that, like, okay, yeah, we traded with the Cowboys to help them, but we'll make a little bit of lemonade out of this. Ooh.
What about the fact that the Cowboys even wanted to trade with us if you were alive and breathing during the draft in the first round? There were so many reports about a phone call with the Steelers and the Cowboys and how maybe some previous coaches or personnel who might have worked for the team might have been in communication with members of these teams, basically informing them that Mikhail Lemon was going to be the pick for the Steelers. And the Cowboys made a phone call to the Eagles and said, hey, don't you want this guy? Aren't you guys losing A.J. Brown? Any interest here? Hello?
Forget about me.
And the rest is history, Don's. 2 fourth-round picks goes to the Cowboys. The Eagles trade up, and they select none other than my springtime fling. I've been sending videos of, shout out to our number one fan, Joseph Bruley. I've been sending Bruley videos of Mikhail Lemon since March, Dons. This dude is unbelievable. Breaks tackles. Let me stop myself. We got a lot of people to talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah, dude.
Who's next,
Let's
Dons?
go on to our second round pick. Tight end out of Vanderbilt. The Vanderbilts, they're just built different. Eli Stowers at pick number 54. I excite another new tight end, second round picks. We have a great track record. Moving on to the third pick of the draft, we pick Markel Bell, tackle out of Miami. What up? Monster. What a monstrous man. I can't check under the bed because I'm on top of his head. Markel Bell. Just imagine him laying underneath your bed. Just you're wobbling on his tummy.
Hans, the guy is humongous.
Ginormous man. Pick number 4, as Chris just said, gets traded for none other than Mr. Grenard with Jonathan Jermichael.
Jonathan. Remember Jermichael Finley? Whoa. Bring it back.
Damn, what
Tight end.
What's his name again?
Jermichael Finley, remember? Oh,
Jermichael.
the guy for the Eagles?
No, yeah.
Jonathan Grenard?
Yeah, Jonathan Grenard. Granted,
Yeah, you said it.
Granted, he's a Granted boy. So our fourth round pick ends up being him. Great move by Howie Roseman. And then we pick, I didn't see this coming. I don't know if you did. Quarterback Cole Payton out of North Dakota
From where?
State University.
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of looks like Carson Wentz a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A fifth round pick drafting a quarterback. Interesting move. I wonder what's going to happen. Then we move on to round 6 for Micah Morris. Round 7 for Cole Wisniewski, safety out of Texas Tech.
Stud.
And let's not overlook the fact that Micah Morris was a guard for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm. Stud.
And then probably everybody's fan favorite pick is pick number 250 run.
Oh, he can run.
251. Uar Bernard, defensive tackle out of Nigeria. And last but not least, Keyshawn James Nubi, alibi. My boy's gonna need an alibi.
Well
Outside
said,
linebacker
Great
out of New
pronunciation.
Mexico. Round 7, pick 252. That concludes the Philadelphia Eagles 2026 draft picks. Chris, where should we start?
Oh, man, Dons, is there any other place to start than at the top with the guy we traded up for, with the heated, hated rival, the Dallas Cowboys?
We did it again.
Most projected Lemon, 12, 15, maybe 18.
Yup.
He could have gone top 10.
He could have.
Now,
Should have, would have.
now,
Uh-huh.
some say,
Yes.
the reason he did slip or fall is because of some interviews, some being with the media, some with, I guess, just teams individually who met with him. Didn't
When life
leave.
gives you lemon, know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's doing it right now. Anyone
Nah, I'm
watching on
saying, when
YouTube,
life gives you
Don's
lemon,
is just...
you squeeze that shit and score a touchdown.
One way it was described to me, he was like googly eyeing the reporters, just kind of like staring them down, kind of not flirting with them, but
You feel
almost
me, son?
on a
He's
weird
sizing up the
level.
whole room.
Anyway,
My boy.
weird
I
interview
love him.
or
I
not,
don't
Dons,
care.
this dude can play.
He's a baller.
He's only 5'11", so he's not a big guy. He's not the fastest guy, although he does have some speed. But his hands, Dons, one drop last season. I'm talking contested catches.
Mr.
I'm talking
Stickums.
jumping off the ground 2 feet in the air with two defenders, comes away with it. Sure-handed, run after the catch, breaks tackles. People bounce off of this little guy. His comp that some think he could be is the guy in Detroit, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the sun god. Now, will he be that? Who knows, Dons, but could not
Howie
be happier.
Roseman.
Couldn't be happier. What are your thoughts on Lemon in the first round
Howie
pick for the
Roseman
Birds?
said a
What'd he say?
competitor has the ability to separate in man coverage
Yep.
out of the slot. He can play outside. Physical player, really good with the ball in his hands, really good hands, good in zone coverage, and has really good instincts. Now, everybody's kind of hating on my boy a little bit.
Yep.
There's kind of a mixed bag as to what Mekhi Lemon is going to be, how he's going to integrate into the offense, and is he a NFL caliber player. Now, we talked a little bit about this and did a little bit of comparisons here for Mekhi Lemon. And to answer your question, I am very optimistic about this man because I am a firm believer that it doesn't always matter what type of measurables you bring to the table, as long as that table has a place for you. You are looking at a man who ferociously attacks the game of football, who intelligently runs his offensive scheme and plays secondaries like a fiddle, works the middle of the field, has good awareness with space and zone coverages and where he should sit. And I think this guy is the type of attitude that we need in the locker room, that I'm going to bury my head down, get every single yard that I can. I'm not going to care if I'm sitting next to a guy that weighs 100 pounds 100 pounds more than I do. I'm just going to come out here, catch a damn ball, and do what I do. So I love the Mekhi Lemon pick. I wasn't expecting it. I can't say that I would ever think that they would draft a wide receiver in the first round pick with the first round pick. But I kind of love it the more I look into it.
Within the last 3 to 4 weeks, it's become almost inevitable that AJ is going to be traded to the Patriots from all the reports that we're hearing. Before that happened, Dons, to me, our first round pick was going to tell me a lot about maybe AJ. Are we going to really go receiver here? And that would be almost like the nail in the coffin of, okay, AJ's gone. So now
I'm so crazy that I still feel like there's a world where AJ is still here. Honestly.
let's do percentage, 0 to 100. I'm at probably literally 2%. 5% at the most.
Yeah, I'm like
Eagles.
under 10%, but I still can see it for some reason. Like, what if they go like, hey, the NFL is going to be like, Vrabel, you're suspended for the year for your behavior, I guess. Even though Roger Goodell already said that this is an internal team issue, not an NFL issue, which I agree. I mean, it's not like you're doing something to break the law, ? So who knows how AJ's feeling after all the minutia and the nonsense that's going on with the Patriots. That being said, he still seems like a man that wants out. So I think that the team would probably be more likely to do right by a player that brought them a championship and consistency for every year that he's been here. So I still think he's probably gone, yeah.
Yep. So the reason I brought it up is that now that we know that AJ is gone,
Yep. Bye.
we need somebody to, help fill the void. Let's not forget, Saquon Barkley is not getting any younger. Dallas Goedert on a 1-year deal. I won't say he's gone, but he's on a 1-year deal. He could be gone. So who's going to step up this year? Smitty stepping into a new role as the number one. We have guys like Marquise Brown, unproven at the most. Brown has been a wide receiver too and inconsistent at that when he was very young.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown that in years. Is he capable? Maybe Dontavian Wicks steps up, a guy who we've talked about on the pod before. Elite route runner, can get open, but then just drops the ball. So is Lemon capable of coming into the offense and making an impact right away, or is he a guy who maybe comes in and has 30, 40, 50 catches this year and makes an impact in year 2, 3, 4 downs? Is he an immediate impact guy? Is he going to help us this year on 3rd and 7 against the Cowboys on Monday Night Football?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's a first-round pick in the NFL for a reason.
Yep.
He was a top 12 projected talent. If he doesn't come in and help this team out, then I think things have gone seriously wrong. And I just don't envision that for this team. I really don't.
Is there a world where, I don't want to say we don't need him, Dons, but we're running the ball well. Jalen Hurts is not passing the ball more than 30 times a game. We're efficient. Goddard is playing better. Wicks and Brown are, not outplaying Lemon, but they're kind of sharing that workload. So maybe Lemon's only getting 3 or 4 catches a game at that, 3 to 5 targets a game, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's doing things with those targets, I think. So it might not show on the stats, but if you're watching the game in the 3rd and 4th quarter, I think he's going to have an impact because
that was a really important catch to keep the
hands.
drive going.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got the hands, baby.
Yeah, let me ask you this. What do you envision or define success by? Because for a rookie, do I expect him to have 1,000+ yards? No, not necessarily. But I think if he has anywhere between like 650 and 800 yards in year number 1, then how can you say that's a bad season as a number 2, potentially number 3 receiver?
I'll just give you a player from last year in a comparison. Not the same player, same situation, just a comparison to give us maybe a baseline.
Yep.
The best wide receiver last year, Tet McMillan, rookie, 70 receptions, 7 touchdowns. I don't expect that from Lemon. I expect him maybe 50 catches. If he gets there, I'd be pretty happy with that. And if he gets even 4 or 5 touchdowns, I think I'd be happy this year, considering.
That's productive.
Let's not forget, the Eagles' offense, we don't throw the ball a lot of times. We like to run the ball.
We don't.
Now, I know we have a new coordinator coming in, which gets me excited. Mannion, man, does he get me excited, let me tell you. McVay tree, passing offense, creativity. Jalen's going to be forced to play in the middle of the field. He's going to be forced to turn his back to the defense. He's going to be forced to play under center, which is going to open up all kinds of play action in lanes in the secondary. Linebackers getting creeped up a couple of yards. All of a sudden, Goddard's open over the middle, or maybe that's Lemon over the middle now because he loves the slot, Dons. Now, one quick thing on Lemon.
Okay.
Because he's not a perfect player.
Limon.
Plays primarily strictly in the slot for the most part. Now, he did play it outside a little bit in college, primarily slot. Now, the Eagles were asked about this in the days after they drafted him. Basically, hey, you're going to try him outside. Yes, they said we are going to try him outside, put him all over the field, but he's mostly going to be a slot guy, Don. So how do you feel about a first-round receiver that only plays the slot?
Well, in the last 10 years, the slot has been one of the most important contributing wide receiver positions in most of winning football teams' games. So I'm completely cool with that. If you tell me in the 2000s we drafted a slot receiver with the first overall pick, I'll be like, what the hell are we doing? But now, where we can like really dice up defenses a lot more and you're really trying to attack holes instead of just doing one-on-one ball, which we've done for the last couple of years at work, I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, I think it's a good time to get into the fact that people are talking negatively about Mekhi Lemon because of his size, because he's not super fast, because he doesn't have a great spider chart. I mean, if you think about some of the NFL players that have had these like overweighing expectations on them because they just scored off the charts when it came to the draft, combine, pro day. Like, look at a guy like John Ross, a guy that was blazing lightning speed, and he just couldn't translate that to the NFL. It's just not the same game. A lot of people that I hear, as far as reports, saying like it's more of a mental advantage that you need to have in the NFL over the physical ones. And you look at wide receivers in the past, and Jerry Rice didn't have the best measurables when it came to the like testing stuff for the draft, and he's arguably the best wide receiver of all time and is considered in many circles to be just that. Look at players like Julian Edelman, who had like nothing that really flew off the charts. You have Wes Welker, you have who was a quarterback. And then you have dudes like even JSN. He doesn't have crazy measurables either. And honestly, I took the time to go through some of the like players that you sent me on your list.
Yep.
And was looking at his 40-yard dash. I mean, it was a pro day time, but he measured a 4.48 40. That's not terrible speed.
No.
That's not terrible speed at all. In comparison, players like Amon-Ra St. Brown ran a 4.55. Golden Tate ran a 4.42, which is faster. And Tyler Lockett, 4.4. JSN, 4.52, so slower. Cooper Kupp, 4.62.
Yep.
Like, Hines Ward. We stole him from the Steelers. The Steelers know what Hines Ward was. A 4.51, 4.55 pro day run. Edelman 4.5, Welker 4.65. So that being said, all of these receivers that I just gave you on this list are playmaking NFL caliber wide receivers that anybody would be lucky to have on their team on their primes. And I don't see any reason why Mekhi Lemon wouldn't be somebody that would be capable of doing that. You come at what wingspan? It's like between 70 and 74 inches for these guys. Arm length, you're getting between 30 and 31 inches. Not that big of a difference. And I think Mekhi Lemon's at like 30 and a half, so he's basically the same thing. Although half an inch matters, baby. Either way, I have high hopes that Mekhi Lemon is a football player and he's going to make a positive impact on his team. I end my case.
I'm with you, Downs. You ready to go to our second round pick?
Yeah, sorry. I said a lot.
Position?
Yeah, hell yeah. Eli Stowers is an interesting one. Now, I'm not going to steal the spotlight here because I know you are a big Eli Stowers fan, talking about him all offseason, sending the tape. A lot of people saying that he's the best tight end in the draft, but last second kind of changed on who it is. Chris, I love this pick with Dallas Goedert being not injured, old, and on a 1-year contract. We need to replace that talent. Eagles have a good track record of drafting tight ends. Take the floor. What's your opinion on Eli Stowers?
Well, Dons, I'm not just going to give you my opinion. Let me just give you a fact right now. Every year, college football gives out an award to the best tight end that they believe played the best, outperformed the other tight ends. It's called the John Mackey Award. Who won the John Mackey Award last year?
I'm going to guess Eli Stowers.
Eli Stowers, 6'3", 240 pounds, 770 yards, 4 touchdowns last season. Don's 45.5-inch vertical. Now, Dallas Goedert is a lot of things, but one thing he is not is a vertical player.
No.
He's capable at times of out jumping a corner, don't get me wrong, or a safety, and pulling it over their head. I've seen him do it a few times.
He's like an 80 on Madden.
Yeah. But we're not talking a guy with a 45.5-inch vertical. You want to talk about a weapon in the red zone? You want to talk about an asset in the red zone to Jalen Hurts and this Eagles offense? Being able to high point the ball, literally throw it up like an alley-oop. I'm going to go get it, i.e. Mike Evans, i.e. Randy Moss. No, he is not those players, but you get my point. Yeah. He could be a weapon in the red zone year one. Now, the problem with rookie tight ends, Dons, is they very, very rarely get on the field because most of them can't block a lick.
Which is a criticism for him. They say that not the heaviest in the pants.
Now, let me just name you a couple names. Jimmy Graham, Travis Kelce, Mike Gesicki. Just players who are not known for their blocking, known for maybe being spread out wide as a wide receiver or maybe close to the line of scrimmage but maybe standing up and still being able to run routes and get open. I've seen Stowers in the secondary. He can make some moves, Dons. He's not some stiff.
Makes me stiff.
Yeah. I mean, this dude has some wiggle, Dons. So not as only big, he's tall. He can move like a wide receiver. Is he going to make an impact in year one? Could I see him having some red zone snaps and some red zone plays with this creative play caller? I could. Now, our expectations as high as they are for Lemon? Absolutely not. Rookie tight ends typically don't do well. Let's not forget, Dallas Goedert's still on the roster, guys. Not only that, it's a one-year deal. He's not playing for the Eagles this year. He's playing for a deal. He wants the bag, another bag, whether it be here, Dallas, Tampa, Cleveland, New York. It doesn't matter. He's trying to get the most amount of money. He's motivated to play. So that means what, Dons? He'll be on the field.
Yeah.
What do you think about Stowers, Dons?
I actually think, before we get to Stowers, Dallas Goedert might be doing it for the Eagles. He does seem to love the birds. A lot of the documentaries and the Amazon shootings and stuff show Dallas like really embraces the city as his home. So maybe he's the type of guy that wouldn't mind signing a team-friendly deal after this year.
Would love to have him.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's trying to maximize his bag, but I wouldn't put it past him if he was the type of dude that's going to just do what he needs to do to stay and retire an Eagle.
Also, you're seeing more often,
Could be wrong.
Every 3 or 4 years, you see a trend in the NFL that we haven't seen in either it's 10, 20, 30 years.
Ooh,
maybe two tight end becomes more popular. Maybe the Eagles are in that. The Rams ran a lot of that last year. 2, 3 tight ends. Parkinson. I can't think of the other tight ends right now, but 2, 3 tight ends they had on the field at a time. So maybe
Higbee.
They're both on the field at times in the red zone or as we get closer to the red zone. And they're both able to kind of coexist. Do you see Goddard as a guy who's willing to take him under his wing?
Yeah, I could definitely see him running some 12. And I think, again, Dallas is all about the birds. So I think he's definitely going to show him a trick or two to improve his game. So, yeah, hell yeah, I think Dallas is doing that.
Do we move on to our number 3?
Yeah, I'm excited for Eli Stowers. Now let's move on to Markel Bell, tackle out of Miami, 6'9", 346 pounds, 21 years old, a monstrous man with 36 3/8 inch arms and an 87 1/8 inch wingspan. People say that you need to go into a different area code to cross into his. Chris, you like this pick?
It's a project, Dons. It's a potential long-term pick. Some say he could be a successor to Lane Johnson, or maybe he could be a great guard, or maybe he's not in the NFL in 2 years and we made a mistake. We talked about this prior to the draft that I believe the Eagles are in a position, despite the clock maybe ticking and things can change rather quickly in regards to older players, but I believe we have the ability to draft not maybe for need, but kind of for the future and never say waste a pick, but draft for maybe the future and not for right now. So maybe that's what this is.
Yeah,
A future pick with a young man.
We're
What do you think, Duns?
stockpiling our arms, man. This
Yep.
guy in 16 games at left tackle did not allow a sack in 558 pass block attempts, earning
go.
third all-team, all ACC honors for the Hurricane, who also reached the national championship game. And that's not nothing to, stick your nose up to. I don't think that's the same, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this pick. I agree it's a developmental one, but the Eagles are good at developing, so I'm all for it. Huge. Next person, Cole Payton, quarterback out of North Dakota. What?
What position does he play?
Quarterback.
Interesting.
Listen, 5th round draft pick. Don't get your hopes up. But Peyton is a dual threat, single season FCS starter with good size. He excels in the short yardage game and has an explosive build once he gets rolling. So the guy got some wheels on him.
I got a name for you. Taysom Hill.
That's what they've been saying. And I'm not interested. If they drafted this guy with the idea of Taysom.
Taysom.
I don't know why I'm forgetting stuff that Taysom Hills. Then I hate the pick. If you feel like you can develop this guy to be a real quarterback contender, then I'm all for it. I think the Eagles love their mobile quarterback.
Why not both?
I would rather have Jalen Hurts playing quarterback for every snap instead of putting this freaking idiot in at quarterback and running some stupid jet sweep. That's why I don't want to see his ass on the field. The only time I see him is going to be on field goal and on preseason days. That's what I want to see.
We need someone who's willing to run the ball as a quarterback and it not be Jalen Hurts and be afraid of him taking a hit or getting hurt. This guy could take away some snaps from him in the red zone. Wait, what about tush push? Tush push. No, I know. But he is expected to potentially maybe get on the field with some weird special package, Johns. So I don't want to hear you booing him if he gets on the field.
I'll give you a special package.
Whoa.
And it's going to be small.
This is a family show.
It's going to be small, but it will be special in mine. Moving on, dude. North Dakota State, Howie Roseman saying I'm the only guy that's drafted 2 of you. Moving on.
Micah
Morris, God from Georgia, the athletic freak, strong upper body, strong upper body, light on his feet. Broad frame, but he is.
Just say how big he is. Let the people know how big this boy is.
6'5", 334 pounds at 22 years old, playing guard, reminding me of none other than Mekhi Becton. Chris, love the pick. This is a guy that should be competing for starting time over Tyler Steen? Do you think that's true or no?
To say that he would be competing with him, I think would be giving him too much credit because I think Steen is going to come in and probably have a hold on the job. But if it's 3-4 weeks into camp and this guy's out playing him every week, I think the coaches are having a private conversation and saying, wait a minute, what do we have here?
Yeah,
or maybe he's a project. Either way, Dons, to me, you can never have enough offensive linemen. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah, I know we have Kendall. We have a couple other people that were draft picks last year. But my question to you is, if we are going to bring in a 6th or 7th offensive lineman, right, the next guy up, and maybe it's just like a goal line formation, who's more likely to get on the field this year, Markel Bell or Micah Morris?
Bell.
You think so?
This guy's a rookie, man. 6th round pick. He's not like he has high pedigree either. To me, the higher you're drafted, the longer leash you have, or the more like.
Yeah.
So this guy's a 6th round pick. It's kind of a throwaway, man.
I kind of feel like Michael Morris might be more NFL ready.
I hope so.
than Markel Bell. And I think that being a guard is a position that doesn't get valued highly in the NFL.
Fair.
So these lower round picks when you draft linemen like this can really be strong hits. Let's not forget where our boy Jason Kelsey came from, all the way from the bottom to the arguably one of the best centers in the NFL ever.
Yep.
Absolute legend in Philadelphia and now across all media platforms. Shout out New Heights. I think that Michael Morris might be more NFL ready than Markel Bell. We will see. Time will tell. I think Bell's more of an insurance for Lane Johnson retiring next year or the year after that. Moving on. Cole Wisniewski, safety out of Texas Tech. Yep. A glaring hole in the Philadelphia Eagles secondary gets filled. Is Cole Wisniewski, Christopher, gonna be an impact player in this aggressive, smart, and tough young secondary?
Yep. He's
really
good around the ball, good tackler, not great in coverage, but for example, Dons, if he were to be covering a wide receiver, there would be a milk check. Do you know what a milk check is?
Yeah, throw it to the white guy.
Well, then let's keep him in the box. Let's keep him maybe containing the edge or coming down to tackle running backs.
Yeah, but you can't play defense like that in the NFL.
Hey, that means he might not get on the field then.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he's a special teams contributor. But at 6'3", 219 pounds, the comps are actually saying Reed Blankenship but a little bit more athletic, but not by much. So we'll see if he has the same instinct for the ball that Reed did. I don't know if you remember the infamous play where Reed Blankenship gets his first snap as an NFL starter. Well, not starter. First snap in the varsity game, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he picks off Aaron Rodgers. Ooh. Do we see the same type of thing here, which is high expectations for Cole?
I think he's going to get some play down simply because we need a safety. Makuba,
we need to figure it out.
Mark. Yeah, Makuba's a big question mark. This guy maybe could push him a little bit.
Moving on to the next 7th round pick,
the big boy,
251, and we'll go over the DN trade, whatever.
Football.
U.R. Bernard, defensive question mark for the Philadelphia Eagles, player who is in the same player pathway program that Jordan Mailata was in for the Eagles. People are projecting him to be a defensive tackle, but he does run a 4.63 40-yard dash and has a 39-inch vertical. Absolute freak. And what?
He ran a 4.6 and he weighs 300 pounds.
He's a ginormous man.
That's insane.
Could say the thing that you said about Jordan Davis. Remember that you could ran faster than him? When he scored the touchdown, remember?
Jordan Davis ran 22 miles per hour on that touchdown, and I thought for sure that I could outrun him.
I don't think so, bro. I really don't.
And they had one of those signs that told you the speed for when the police go by or a car goes by, excuse me. It had a digital marker. So I ran as fast as I could by it, and I was at maybe 17, 18.
White power!
I feel like I maybe had another gear, but that maybe got me to 20.
Yeah.
So that boy can move.
Bro, the difference between 19 and 20 is crazy. Feel good story. Man didn't grow up with much. He now has the opportunity to change the fortunes of everyone that's important to him in his life, but more importantly, his life itself. So I'm excited to see him talk about developmental. I don't think that it's going to be as simple as, hey, play kickoff and run down the field and get that guy. I'm curious to see if they do something like that. Yeah. Again, the measurables don't always tell the story, but if you're going to take a shot on a player this low in the draft, then the measurables and potential is a very great thing that you can potentially lean on. So I love this pick because honestly, what other value are we going to get out of that pick from somebody else? Like, we have a guy that can be a starter for years for us potentially, or a guy that's just going to be turnover on the practice squad after, training camp.
Sometimes you got to throw darts, Dons.
Yeah.
Got to throw a dart or two.
Yeah. Welcome to the NFL, kid. Last
But not least.
Keyshawn James Newby, 7th round pick, 252. Our draft ends with the outside linebacker from New Mexico. Man seems like a dog. Reminds me a little bit of Ellis from the Patriots, where he's a dynamic, just aggressive football player. Do you have, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I have every single snap recorded and seen from Keyshawn, but from what I have seen, 6'1", 240-pound linebacker at 23 years old, seems to have high productivity. Reminds me a little bit of Nakobe Dean and how productive he is on the field. Chris, do you think this was the steal of the draft for the Eagles at linebacker?
Steal of the draft is tough, but I do like this player, Dons. I like his profile. I don't know a ton about him, but from what I've seen, the plays I've seen on the field, the short amount of clips I've seen that I've watched, he's pretty explosive. Will he get an opportunity? That's where my question.
The world will never know.
Until the summer.
Yeah. So, how do you feel Howie did in this draft?
Well, you're bringing me to my weekly bouquet of flowers.
Well,
you know who that
let's
goes
skip
to
to
Dons.
it.
Come on, Dons. Is there any other man it's going to? It's going to Howie. Again. Somehow he does it again, Dons. Every single year. It's not even Eagles fans. It's fans of other teams. And they say things like this, Dons. Every year. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys always find the steal of the draft. I don't get it. That was my Patriot fan impersonation. Let me try to do a Jets one. No, I don't have a good Jets accent. You get my point, Dons. Every year, it seems like the Howie and the Eagles either trade back, find a player, sit where they are, and simply get a value, Jalen Carter, or trade up, like they did in this case with the Dallas effing Cowboys to draft Mekhi Lemon. Some people thought he would go in the top 10, top 15. Certainly not where we stole him. So, yes, the weekly bouquet of flowers goes to Howie Roseman. Now, Dons. I have a few draft questions for you, actually. I have 3 tough, difficult draft questions for Dons.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
Number 1. Short and sweet, Dons. This one's easy. Who was your favorite draft pick this year by the Philadelphia Eagles, and why?
This is a hard question to answer because everybody, I feel like, wants to go with Mekhi Lemon, but I think Eli Stowers is my favorite pick this year in the draft. A player that I think can contribute pretty much immediately by increasing the play and the floor of talent for tight end too, which we have been lacking for a couple of years. And I love the fact that this is a big man ball out of Vanderbilt. Eli Stowers can be an Eagles great for the next 6 to 8 years, being the successor of Dallas Goedert. I love the Stowers pick.
Brent
I
Selleck.
can't get enough of the potential that I see in this man when I watch highlights from him. And the fact that he won the best tight end in college football last year, just how can you not love the pick? As much as I like Mekhi Lemon, and I think he's going to be a dog for us, and we'll see, I think Eli Stowers is a guy that's going to pan out here in Philadelphia for many years to come.
From Brent Selleck to Zach Ertz to Dallas Goedert, and now potentially.
Let's not forget
who?
Chad Lewis.
Okay.
Lewis was a beast. What do you mean?
Number 2, you ready? Why did the Eagles in the 5th round, 178th overall, draft quarterback Cole Payton. Why did we do that?
I feel like he wouldn't even have been drafted.
So disrespectful.
I don't know. South Dakota State.
We don't know.
We don't know. But
After the first 15 to 18 picks, most evaluators who supposedly know what they're talking about said, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. So,
yeah, true. I mean, I think we drafted him because we needed a backup. We have Andy Dalton, who is a dinosaur fossil. No disrespect. We have, a great career. I mean, shit. I wish I had your career.
Yes.
We have Tanner McKee, who is on the last year of his contract, potentially going to be used as trade capital. But I also feel like they'd probably rather have McKee playing extended time this year as a backup quarterback more than they'd value realistically a 5th round pick. We as Eagles fans do tend to value our backup quarterbacks a little bit too much.
I wonder why.
Yeah, true. But even before then, and to be honest, like, it's not like we didn't get draft capital for AJ Feely, right?
Yep.
So we've been successful in trading our backups for higher draft picks. I think this is the organization realizing that Jalen's on the last year of his contract before he has to negotiate, right?
Guaranteed money runs out this year.
So why not draft somebody and see if he has the chops to be an NFL quarterback? And as far as his measurables, he's a big boy. Hopefully he can ball.
Well said, Dons. Number 3, last but not least.
As he rambles.
Which player will have the biggest impact on the Eagles in 2027?
2027, so a year out, huh?
Oh, this year coming up. It's the 2026-2027 season, but...
Yeah. Okay. My bad. Huh. I don't know, to be honest. If we go over everybody who we just got, I don't think it's going to be Stowers because we have Dallas. And Mekhi Lemon.
This is a layup, isn't it?
Oof.
Maybe it's not.
You think it's a layup?
I was trying to throw you an alley-oop here, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe not. I'm just maybe taking you the other way. Could be a few people, honestly.
Bro,
whoa!
I just have it in my head. I think Michael Morris is going to have the biggest impact.
Let's go,
as
Dons.
a player on this
swing.
team. I just feel like he has the fastest route to be a starter for the Philadelphia Eagles outside of everyone but Mekhi Lemon.
Starter.
And with Mekhi Lemon, you're saying you're going to get more balls than Smitty, you're going to get more balls than Goddard, more balls than Saquon. Hard to imagine. So I think Michael Morris, if he makes it as a starter, I think he's going to be the most impactful for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. You?
Let's go, Dons. Let's go, dude. I'm getting you a Michael Morris jersey this year.
I don't know, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Believe in my boy.
You know what it is. Dons is an offensive lineman through and through. He was an offensive lineman in school when he played.
Big,
so obviously
people.
He's going to pick a dancing bear. Duh.
Dude, bro, totally. I was at PT yesterday, and it was just funny because she was helping somebody out in the room, and he was doing like this balancing thing. He was like on a platform balancing, making sure he keeps himself centered, and he kept looking down at his feet. And the PT lady, she just looked up and was like, hey, keep your head up. I promise you your feet are going to be there whether you're looking down or not. Ooh. And that's the same type of stuff that I used to say my little fat ones when I was training them as an offensive line coach of like, bro, keep your head up. You know where your feet are. Like, be technically sound. And it just made me miss being an offensive line coach so bad. And I just love my fatty boombatties, bro. I just love them.
You miss coaching. I know you do.
Yeah, I miss coaching O-line. That's what I miss.
Do we have a This Just In with Dons?
I swear I had one before I got here, but right now
had two.
I can't think of one at all. At all.
I would like to take a few minutes, Dons, to do my exercise. I did some research this week.
And two.
Oh yeah, this is wide receiver exercise, Dons. You were dipping your toe into the conversation earlier of the Eagles and Mekhi Lemon get a little bit of criticism of like, hey, he's not a high ceiling player. He's not a tall, fast Calvin Johnson. He's not a Tyreek Hill. He's not even a Mike Evans who's going to jump up and snag the ball for you. He's just kind of good at everything, maybe not great at one thing, except for maybe his hands. Let me just read you some names of some first-round wide receivers that certainly disappointed, because it's not all rainbows and sunshine over here. 2015, do you remember for the Chicago Bears, 9th overall, Kevin White? Remember that name?
I do remember Kevin
Remember him?
White. I
With
do.
the dreads? Never became anything, unfortunately.
No, he did not.
2016, Corey Coleman, 16th overall for the Browns. Somebody I had a lot of belief in coming into the NFL. Just didn't work out. John Ross, you mentioned already. N'Keal Harry. Yes, Pats Nation. N'Keal Harry. Yes, it was later, 32nd overall, but still a first-round pick. Kadarius Toney. Drafted 20th overall. A lot of hype. Didn't really become anything.
Productive receiver, though.
Oh, wait. He did beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I forgot.
Lame.
Last but not least, Treylon Burks. And I mentioned that one because of AJ and the Titans. You know, we had to twist the knife a little bit. Sorry, Titans fans. You guys got Carnell Tate. First round, 18th overall for the Titans. So point being is you can be a first-round receiver, and circumstances or injury or just team chemistry, something cannot work for you where things don't manifest. So Lemon is in no way a sure thing.
No. But you never know.
I believe in him. I'm getting a Lemon jersey. Also, did you hear today what number he's going to wear?
6?
No, that's Smitty. Listen, you don't know this yet? Okay, so supposedly he had a conversation with none other than the greatest backup quarterback in NFL history.
Nick Foles?
He wants to wear and will wear number 9.
Ooh, I wonder if they're going to
Foles
do that.
Gave him the okay, which I'll be honest with you, Dons, I don't like it.
I mean,
That's
it's
Foles'
just
number,
a number.
baby.
It's just a number. It's a number that I love.
Insert joke here about, never mind.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
But if he has Smitty's number and Nick Foles' number, then he could be number 60 line in the slot.
Oh, that's what someone said today. Smitty is 6, Lemon is 9. Do with that what you will.
Anyway, 6'7".
How long are we right now? We do an hour?
I don't know, but we can wrap up, bro. I don't really have this just in with Don's. I'm excited for the draft. I give Howie Roseman maybe a B+ for the draft this year. I feel like some of these picks were a little crazy, like a quarterback and trading away our fourth. But no, we can't end. You know why? We can't stop before we talk about Jonathan Grenard being a defensive end who Howie Roseman actually paid. Chris, did we find the edge rusher of our dreams, or are we gonna get a repeat of the Huff trade where we bring somebody in who was fantastic in another system and comes to the Eagles and flops? Chris, what are your thoughts on Jonathan?
A lot of potential, but anytime you're traded away or a team is letting you go after paying you, that can be a concern or a question mark. Now, the Eagles typically bring in high character individuals.
Which he sounds like.
Certainly does sound like. Had very high praise for our undrafted player. I guess. Anyway. So, overall, I'm just going to read you some numbers for him and what sort of player he is. He's got 2 12-sack seasons, so he's capable of getting to the quarterback, which we know the Eagles certainly need help with and needed help with last year. So he's a needed position or a needed player. Now, he's had injuries. He's underperformed. He's also had seasons with 2 sacks and 1 sack. So inconsistent. Now, sacks can also be a thing where unless you're really elite, you're not going to be up there with sacks every year. So it doesn't mean he's not a good player because he's not getting sacks. That's not what I mean. Overall, I'm happy because we need a pass rusher, and this guy's proven he can get to the quarterback. That's what I'm happy about.
And the consistent pressure that he gave last year still showed that he was a productive player in the NFL. So I'm cool with this. We needed to take a shot on somebody. And honestly, I didn't love Jalen Phillips that much. I thought that he was more of a little bit better version of what we had. I think Jonathan Grenard gives you the opportunity to have that Hassan Reddick impact player where he plays the run a little bit better than Reddick, but probably not as fast. I think this guy can be a huge improvement from what we saw last year, which I think is huge, being that we have Nolan Smith's 5th-year option picked up, so he's on a contract year, along with also our Jalen Carter. So I like bringing a guy like this into the room that's going to give supposedly relentless effort, so we'll see how it goes.
He's going to be needed, Dons. Last year we had no help on the edge, so bringing in somebody who can potentially help,
really didn't have any help.
No issue.
We got pressured by numbers, and when we didn't get those interior sacks, our team was trash. Anyway, we did it. Another episode in the books. Thanks for listening. 132 Podcast. KP Dons. Goodbye now. Please like, follow, subscribe.